What is going on, Beowulf Nation? I'm Beowulf, back at it with another one. What's going on? We got Ragnar right here, and she's getting so big. I swear every week, man, this dog is just growing and growing and growing, right? She's getting big. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So welcome back. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Monday, and Monday's almost over. And yeah, we got a lot of cool. We got even little stuff, displays and stuff to be talking about, issues, and we're even gonna have a sneak peek of something before two videos even drop. And we're gonna talk about something because I have it off, and we're gonna chit chat about stuff like this. So. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got dogs here. We got Cash, Ragnar, Pike. Pike somewhere. Pike. There, Pike. Say hello, Pike. Pike, wrong way. Hey, look, right there. It's funny, we're watching a video of Ragnar on there, and Ragnar was watching herself, and she's barking at herself when she's watching our YouTube video. She sat there and watched the whole time. She's like totally into it. I took the Kawasaki SXR 1500 out today. And I actually rode a lot better once she put the sponsons all the way forward, but all the way up. And it did feel a little bit more nicer. It still gets it. Certain parts you cannot ride on the intercoastal because it's just the current is so strong. And then you'll be riding it, and it feels like really good. And all of a sudden you'll feel like the rear end, just can't stay straight even with no waves. It's really weird. And it's really frustrating. And I've never felt like a ski feel like that. And it's really weird. I don't know what you can do to really fix that, to be honest. I mean, I've tried so much stuff, or taking stuff out, that stuff I've added. It's just getting really frustrating. Hey, we got Cash. Cash is making an appearance. So you got it. They can't see you. Say home, Cash. Cash is my buddy. Cash is my buddy. Hey, it's Ragnar. The dog bed, and the dog pushes all around. She's like trying to push it. It's too wide to fit to the door. And I constantly every day put the dog bed back to where it is, and she like pushes it. Yeah. She shuts doors, open doors, can lock you out. She's a pretty wild dog. The cat just sleeps all day. All right, so let's all get about it. So I'm picking today's winner with the giveaway. Also, too, it's totally free to enter these monthly giveaways. You have to be subscribed to I'm Beowulf and Beowulf Nation. And then either Instagram, I'm_Beowulf. Or if you're not on Instagram, the Facebook page, I'm Beowulf. So I want to talk about this. Let's get about talking about this because this is pretty interesting. It's interesting and frustrating. So this is the bluff valve that would be on like the GP 1800, GP 1800R. I think it's for every SVHO, but don't quote me. I didn't make it, so who cares? So what's going on with this? I've had this thing in for like over a year with no issues. But the thing, I'll show you some stuff. This is kind of interesting. So when you have this inside your ski, you figure, you're spraying the silicone and all that, trying to keep preventive of corrosion. But like you can even see here, it's hard to tell in this. It's nothing bad, but I mean, I spray really good, and he still has a little bit of stuff going on right there. And that's the problem. When it's sitting, it's an area. See, it sits like this. I think it sits like, what is it, like this? I know it's like that. No, it's like this. So I'm actually shocked at this area. I spray in there, and that is an area that's seen. But there's a little corrosion going on there. Nothing big. Leave those brackets alone, please. Please leave it alone. You gotta always keep an eye on her. She's always checking stuff out, getting into stuff, everything she thinks is hers. So what happens is you can see like this clamp will be the top part of the intercooler, and you can see like, you know, it takes a little effort to put on there, right? And I just took this off. So what's aggravating with this one is look how loose this is, right? See this? See how, like, look at that. So what's happening is this is coming undone. You'll tighten this as tight as it can go, right? And it's coming undone. So I've had this in the ski for over a year with no issues. And there'll be this one video where I'm racing this person and it just pops right off, loses all the power. And when I'm in the water, I kept putting it back on and tightening as tight as I could. And it kept on as soon as any type of boost slowed, it would shoot back off. And I gave up on it. You'll see the whole video. I don't want to spoil everything. But then I went riding a couple of days ago. I posted my Instagram story. And I wasn't even out there minutes, not even at full throttle. And this thing flies off again. And I didn't have the tool to tighten it back on. So I just limped it back. You know, it does about like 35, 40 miles per hour when it comes off. And no matter how much I'm going to tighten it, look how much it comes loose. So I'm done using these. I tried contacting Riva, and for whatever reason, they said they're too busy to talk. I don't know. I want to contact them back when this all originally happened. But the same clamps used on the intercooler piping they use on all their stuff. So I had one of these on the intercooler pipe that was on my RXP-X, and at heavy boost load, it actually broke one of these clear in half, like just snapped it. Shot off the intercooler piping. I never posted the video because I was selling it, and I don't really want to be, when you're trying to sell something, you don't want to be showing stuff like that. And yeah, it was real frustrating. So I don't want to reuse the same type of clamps because I think they're really cheap, even though they're stainless steel. So I'm going to put a T-bolt clamp that's stainless steel that I went to Fastenal today. And it's supposed to come on Wednesday. So hopefully it all works out. And I definitely know once you put the T-bolt clamp, it is not coming off. Yeah, the T-bolt clamp I'm gonna get. It's gonna be stainless steel, and I think it's stainless steel, but the bolt's not stainless steel. So I think when I pick it up, I want them to take out the bolt and see if we can replace the bolt with an existing bolt that they have there in stock that's stainless steel. That's what I'm hoping. Even if it's steel, I'll just keep it clean really good or just change them out quite frequent. It's not that expensive. I mean, it's like less than $20 or $12, $15, whatever it is. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. But it's frustrating because getting dead in the water because of something that's like using this, and there are tons of people, even people in the comments are talking about they've had this happen, and it's kind of frustrating that you figure they put the right clamps on it. Because the hard thing, even too, when this sits on it, it just doesn't line up. It's almost like the pipe's a little too short, and yeah, it's super frustrating. And it's hard to get a really good grip on it. That's where I think the T-bolt clamp is going to get the best grip on it and then really get it on really good. But I just want to share that it's out. So I figured to bring it in the live stream and talk about it. So read some of these comments coming in. Cole asks, I think it would be really interesting if they offered a supercharged 1500 for their up. The problem is that the supercharger wouldn't be able to fit in there. It barely fits in there as it is. It is fast. I'm telling you, when you get on that stand up, it doesn't weigh a lot, so it accelerates quite quick. Nick said, "Hey bud, how are things? It's doing good. I hope everything's going good with you too." And yeah. Doing good. Thanks for asking. Cal said, "What's up?" 70 said, "What's up, fellas?" Daryl said, "Second." Cole said, "First." 70 says, "Get the T-bolt clamp." Cole says, "My intercooler pops off all the time. On my SVHO, even strip the screws, sometimes getting them tight." Somebody said get a locking nut at Ace. Kelp says shirts up yet. Ted. Probably tomorrow. I'll get them up. I was gonna get them up tonight, and probably tonight I'll have them up after the live stream. Give me like an hour or so. I'll have them up tonight. I gotta sit there and add all that stuff. Jason says hello from Canada. What's going on? Have everybody in the comments right now. Comment what state or country you're in and what kind of jet ski you got. Comment that in the bottom. Jason says hello from Canada. So that Jason says waiting my 2021 GP. Somebody says FL Florida Yamaha FX 2019. Cole says New York State 2014 FZS SVHO. I could add them if the web page I got in front of me. I can't leave it. Otherwise, I could add the shirts as we're talking the lines, but I can't exit because my other screen is for something else. So I can't do it while we're talking. Kelp says Wisconsin, none at the moment. Laugh out loud. Brett says Melbourne, Australia, Sea-Doo GT 230. Daryl says, waiting on a 2021 GP 1800R SVHO from Winnipeg, Canada. Wow, who's this? Austin, man. Seems pretty harsh, man. I care. Daryl is getting the GP 1800R. Ooh, somebody, that's kind of rude, man. Somebody's trying to excited about something. It's just all right. Some people, the problem is somebody like him, he's just not happy with life, man. Don't let those people get to you. Maybe he needs like some medication or something. Go see a professional for some help. William said Florida ordered 2021 GP 1800R in August. Yeah, don't worry, he's taken down, man. There's no reason to be like negative, honestly. It's just people are not happy with life. What can you do? You can't fix stuff like that, Just what happens, What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, so I'm gonna pick the winner. I've already contacted the winner on the giveaway for October, and it is Daryl D. He won the Jettrim Life Vest for October giveaway. He's gonna be riding the fresh Jettrim gear. Kelp says, doing an oil change this weekend. And he suggested, what are you doing an oil change on? I did an oil change today on the new Crown Vic P71, and I put the royal purple in there. And yeah, I got these ramps. They're on my Amazon store, and I'll put the link. Amazon.com/shop Beowulf. And yeah, so it makes it real easy. I didn't even have to jack it up. Drive up, drain out the oil, change the oil filter, put the K&N oil filter in, put it all back up, and boom, she's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, it's crazy today too. I don't know if you guys have seen on my Instagram story. So I have these, like, they're the rail systems that you could have all the police equipment, like I want an armrest. There's no armrest in the car, so I'm like, I want these armrests. So like I had the one. I haven't even posted the new car. I haven't even posted the thing I installed today. So it's like this whole. I don't even know if I should show this stuff until it gets posted. I don't even know if it's stuff I should be sharing. So anyways, I'll share it. So I picked up. I've been doing some eBay shopping. Anybody know what this is? Flip the switch. Hey, we got another troll. Bye. So anybody know what these are? And so they can hook in the center console. You can install some pretty cool stuff. And I'm going to be installing those soon. But I got these cool armrests that I just installed in the new car. So I had to pull out the seats, and that the new car was a former canine unit down in Florida. So it was like, you pick up the seats and see what's underneath there, vacuuming it. Luckily, it's vinyl floors and real easy to clean up, but pretty cool. Clean it all up, installed a new center console on there, got this like really sick armrest. I don't even think I took a photo of it. I installed it and didn't even take a photo of it. Daryl says, that's awesome. Thanks, man. Cole said, always have paper towels ready because you spill some. Kel says, congrats, Daryl. Cole says, congratulations, Daryl. Enjoy the vest. Jason said, notice the bracket sells anodized aluminum bolts, various colors to dress up the rub rail, etc. I'm wondering what size they are. I can probably get generic bolts off of eBay. Yeah, if you look at it, to get stuff anodized, it's actually pretty easy to do yourself at home. It's pretty interesting. I've never tried it, but from what it looks like, it's pretty. If you watch some videos and stuff, it's pretty easy to be doing it. I know PWC Doctor, he does all the anodizing himself. I think he does it like when you custom tell him, because I got custom ones on the SXR 1500, and then I got customs to what my GP 1800R. And I like those things a lot. Actually, I'll tell you, it's like a must, especially with the stand-up. Like, I was always getting some type of water in the hall, and it's like bone dry since I installed those. And shout out to PWC Doctor. If you're looking for drain plugs for your jet ski, that is who to get it from. Caleb said, "Are you getting the new Call of Duty?" Oh, man, I played the demo first when they had it for PS4, and then I tried it again on the Xbox One X, and I probably will because it got the zombies, but I don't know. I'm not too excited, to be honest. I think like I'm so into having like free roaming, like you just go and do what you want. I hate now playing games like after you play Warzone. First, you think of all Call of Duty games; they've always been real tight, and in Modern Warfare 3 basically opened up stuff a lot bigger, similar to Battlefield. Um, then you have Warzone that's like, you got the gas shrinking, but you still have room to move around. So playing the demo, I was like, well, first I got a jet ski, but we're talking the 70s. There wasn't even like the stuff didn't exist. It was who cares, but still, I don't know, it looks cool, but they got right now, if you haven't picked up Warzone, they got the zombie mode. Oh my God. It ends November 3rd, and I'm going to be depressed once it goes away. They got Leatherface, and he has like a chainsaw. Yeah, it's like I'm coming, and I'm pretty good. I've gotten in the zombie mode because it's super hard, and I've been in the top 3 a couple times, and it's like literally to win that is just pure luck. You have to have good players, and usually I got a couple of subscribers I play with. But it's a lot of work, and it's real strategic with playing that, because it's the zombie mode in that it's really hard, really, really, really hard. Caleb, are you going to be picking up the new Call of Duty? Cole says these are my favorite streams. Keep them up. Thanks a lot, brother. Jason says my friend had a Crown Vic and he hit a down tree across the road in a storm one night and plowed right through it. Luckily, he had a push bar. Yeah, no, it's I actually am installing a Go Rhino push bar, and they said it's no cutting, but you actually do have to cut. You have to. Well, it's like little slivers where it's coming through. It's not like you can use it. It says a utility knife, and then you got to take the bumper off. And I was going to do yesterday, but it was raining, so I'm just like, I don't know. Soon I'll be doing it. I'm going to be doing it on the new car, possibly doing it on the first Crown Vic. I'm trying to make them both different. I think I'm going to do the new car a different paint. It has like when they, because it being in Florida, what happens when they remove the numbers on the roof in a short period of time, because it was next to ocean, rust, because it took the paint right off where it's just a bare metal, and it like has surface rust. Not anything bad, you can get it fixed. And then one of the tenants come up, it has like surface rust. I think I could fix it myself. I really believe in this stuff. I could sand it down and paint it myself, because it needs to be like a show car, like glossy, real shiny finish. I mean, I don't know. Or you got Mako. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it all out of getting that stuff. I want to. It has 68,000 miles. I want that car to last. You could drive one of those 400,000 miles. I mean, I got that one new Crown Vic. I'm gonna have it for a long, long, long time. So I want to make sure it lasts. And yeah, I like the new one. It's crazy because both center consoles, it's the same plate, but all the stuff in the center are different. And I got this one, the new car got the really good armrest, like really nice, where it has storage and stuff. And I not only like the new car has a pull-out cup holders, and then it has like the police center council. Another, I got 4 cup holders and the new one. And then there's really cool. Man, I should show you guys this. I was gonna do a whole video, but let me show you guys. Let me get some of that. I got this. This just got delivered. Watch out, Pike. So I got this. This just got delivered I think yesterday, and this is pretty cool. It's actually crazy you could still buy these. So having with the one car, well, the second car I'm going to be installing the K9 cage in that. But the first car has it. So the problem is like having the air get back to where the dogs are, right? So this is called Cool K9. So check this thing out. So this would mount to the back of the cage, right? Look at this, pretty cool. Now this is the coolest thing. So this is made exactly to fit in the passenger side Crown Vic into the air vent. Look at this clip. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff because I know like what happened when I took that last road trip to the Midwest. When I had all the dogs in there, there was a lot of stuff. We had the foldable canine cages and stuff in there, and it was blocking a lot of air traveling it back, especially when it's so hot out, when it's like you drive road trips at 80, 90 degrees, trying to get enough air circling around. I needed something like this back then. That you could have just had a vet really bringing it to all the dogs in there. So this clips on, right? And then you got this long hose. So then you'd have that one end to this, and it's basically like ductwork bringing air in the back. I mean, such a cool thing. I figured just to share it. I got it. I'm like, I got 2 sets, and I'm like shocked. This is like really, really hard to find. I don't think they make them anymore, and it's really. Just look at the design of this. I mean, how could you have came up with thinking about something like this? Really cool. Really, 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 really cool. And it's gonna be really nice for the dogs. And then the cool thing too is it didn't have the mat was missing on the new car. And then Ray Allen, that's the company who makes the cage. They still sell the mats. They're universal, so it's cut to fit. And I think it comes tomorrow, Wednesday or tomorrow. I'm gonna like put it in there and like cut around and get it all in. Kelbess, have you ever owned or wanted to get a drone? Oh, that's interesting. I used to be a main distributor for DJI drones, and we were selling them to like military or to police and like fire departments, and I had an Inspire 1 drone with a FLIR infrared camera. I think the whole setup was like a $15,000 drone, 16 grand. And it's kind of scary when you're flying around a drone that's that much money, and if something happens. And I don't know if I've ever posted footage of that on my YouTube channel, but it was this like, let's see if I can find a photo of it. It's really cool. Let's see. I've been from. Yeah, look at that. That was the whole setup right there. And yeah, no, that was a. Yeah, check out that. That was the FLIR infrared camera. That thing, I tell you, I wish I still had it now because that thing was like majorly cool. So I've owned quite a bit of drones. Besides selling them, I've had the Inspire 1 with the FLIR infrared camera. I had the Phantom 3 Pro, the Phantom 4 Pro when it first came out. I had the DJI Mavic, the DJI Maverick Mini, I think is what I got now. I actually want to get my hands back on an Inspire 1. The Inspire 2s are just like crazy expensive. Like the hard thing is where it's real windy here. Like I really want to get some like really cool footage of the ocean. And the problems with some of these smaller drones, you got big seagulls, and the little drones, they just don't do that well in the like the wind, stuff like that. I definitely want to get my hands on an Inspire 1 again. Because I had the cool thing is, so you had the Osmo, what was it called? The Osmo. And then you could take I think it was the X5 cameras, the more better camera for the Inspire one, and you could head that on the gimbal. I remember that had like really sick roll footage of stuff I filmed because we did, my brother and myself, we did a lot of like with the drones. Besides selling them, we were doing TV commercials and stuff. There was a lot of stuff we filmed that were actually like on like TV commercials with those. We did a lot of cool filming production with that. I know you have to have a license with the drones. I think they're getting more strict. That's why you don't see DJI. DJI, hands down, the best drones you could go out there and buy. And the problem is, I think they are getting stricter because it's not like there's a lot of new stuff coming out. I actually have. It's not like show and tell. I feel like I'm back in school. Be like, hey, look what I got. We're talking about drones, and all this stuff is on my Amazon store too. So make sure to check it out. It's Amazon. I have to type it up because if under filming section has all this gear stuff actually I use too. Amazon.com/shop/I am Beowulf. Let's make that into like a jingle. Oh man, I didn't put it in there right. Let me track that out. Amazon.com/shop. So this is the one I was talking about. This is the DJI Mini, and I traveled with this too, like international, and it's really nice. Like this waterproof case they have it in. It has all the can fit up a majority of the stuff. And then I had it where I was going to do this whole like wrap to actually where it matches it, and I've never gotten to that. But yeah, there's a little drone. Does the job. Actually, I had the old original Mavic, and when I was filming when I was jet skiing, I had it where it was like circling around me, and then the obstacle avoidance did not see there was a tree, and it crashed in the water, and I lost it. I did a whole video talking about that. I could not find it. I had so many people searching for it. And this drone's pretty nice. I mean, they're not cheap, but I mean, I took this thing when I went to California and I filmed some stuff. It's just the hard thing if it's real heavy wind, this drone it is not the drone to fly. The Inspire one, any type of wind conditions, you probably could take it off and it could fly. The thing is so freaking big. And yeah, that's I want to get my hands on one. I like the Inspire too. I don't want to fly with something that expensive. You know, in case something happens, that'd be terrible losing that. It was scary. Like I didn't even have insurance on that drone when it was like $15,000 drone. And yeah, there's some cool footage. I'll have to find it. I don't think I have any of it on my phone. Actually, let me check. It's pretty cool because this infrared stuff. I have to share it. Give me 1 second. I'll find it where it's at. I know it's in here. Easy to find. Let's see. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, so check this out. So this would be like because you had different color modes. This would have been my truck. I have all this heat signature coming off with it. Oh, this thing was just so much fun. It's like Predator vision. Look at that. So you see all the heat that's coming from where the engine is. Look how you can see the outline of the engine too. Isn't that crazy? Now the crazy thing is you could track footprints even shortly after for like tracking and stuff. That's where we'd sell them to like fire departments. Yeah, let's see if I. Yeah, here it goes. Look at that. And that's like a group of people. I think this is some event we were filming, and then but see all that? That's all groups of people there at like an event. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, this is it's pricey, but I mean, this wasn't for like a regular Joe Schmo to be like filming with. You had to be doing like something with the government, some type of contract kind of thing. But there's all different color modes. It's just crazy though. Is you imagine you could be like tracking quite a bit of stuff. Let's see if there was somebody moving off in the distance there, you would have seen their heat signature. So this would have been the summer, so like you could tell it was the sun. It was already down. That's the other crazy thing. So you could, when you having the infrared, then you could actually technically fly at night and see everything that's going on. Yeah, I just figured to share that. It was a quick thing to find on my phone. Let's see. Pierce, what's your favorite jet ski ever? It doesn't matter the brand. Buy the GP 1800R. Yeah, I've been checking on Facebook Marketplace to some of those Inspire ones. I want the one with the X5 camera if I got it used, but I don't know. I just remember I had that Inspire one being the demo one. We had this huge crate. This huge crate it was in. It was just like a pain in the butt to move it all around. There was no like. It was not an easy thing. It was like this huge, like giant crate you wheeled around, and I remember when I sold it, when I got out of it, I remember I had to ship it with a crate to the guy. And I think the guy I sold it to was like inspecting for some like natural gas line because you could inspect the leaks out of them with that. It's pretty crazy stuff. And that's who I sold it to because it was pretty pricey. Even when you have the thing as like a demo, it's still pretty expensive how much it is used. Now I think the new one, they can like it can change off from remote to farther distance if they're tracking something, and then the camera just like quickly goes into it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. The new stuff is like really awesome, but it's like even more expensive. Makes like that Inspire one with the infrared camera like dirt cheap to what new stuff is. Kelp says the infrared is dope, but pricey. It is pricey. Daryl says, what are the next mods to the GP? Not much, just like got this gauge cluster I'm going to be putting in it. I have like a boost gauge and probably like an air fuel ratio gauge. And then I'm going to be changing some appearance stuff, like the stuff that's snake skin. I'm going to hydro dip that black carbon fiber. I'm probably going to do the intake or the valve cover. I'm either going to do it in yellow matching with the ski, or I'm going to do it in carbon fiber. I'm not sure yet. It's one of the two is what I'm going to be doing. I'm not sure once it gets to that. Kelp says, how do you clean your life vest? Real easy. I just hose it down after a ride. Just take the hose and then put it on the front of the trailer stand, like kind of where you wheel it up. And I just leave it there to dry. And like today, I didn't clean it off because I'm going to wear it again tomorrow. I didn't even clean off the ski. I didn't do anything because I'm like, if I'm going to ride tomorrow, what's the point of doing all that? You'll do it all again anyways. Yeah, it's funny. I ran into a guy today after riding. The guy must have a SXR 800. And he's like, telling me about all the gators he sees out where I'm at. Which, like, there's nothing like I'm not shocked about it. But he's like, they're in a decent-sized boat you'll see in the future video. And they're talking about him and his kids are, like, talking about they're fishing. And these huge gators right next to it and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't need you to tell me that. I know what's out there. And here they're in a boat that makes the stand-up look tiny. And they're talking about gators like the length of their boat when they're fishing near where I'm at. And I'm just like, yeah, I know that. It's like, what am I doing out there sometimes? There's sometimes where I'm on the stand-up, I go to myself and go like, seriously, it's going to like, sooner or later, something's going to happen to me. And it's probably faster than if you're on a sit-down jet ski. It's literally, that is why I'm selling the stand-up. It's that, and then you can't see when you're riding behind you. Like, I hate that. There's no speed limit. And like recently there's been some like really, really, really big fishing boats that like I can't see. Like, I have no clue what's behind me. Calbass, do you ride every day? Almost every day. I try to ride quite a bit. That's why a lot of the videos get booked up like weeks out because I ride so much. I at least try to ride a couple times during the week. I don't ride on weekends though. Weekends I don't ride. I don't care how nice the weather is. I won't go out. It's too crazy. Nice right now is like the sea. It's like 80 degrees and stuff. It was like 70 something when I went today, right before it got dark, and there was like nobody at the boat ramp. It's kind of nice. But there's still like big like sailboats and all this stuff out in the intercoastal. Daryl asked, do you have any lakes near you to ride gator free? The problem is all the largest recorded gators have been in lakes. And then the closest lake that's like 2 hours south of me, I think it's 2 hours south, that ties in the ocean. So you're going to still have bull sharks in there. They're going to be gators. And most of the time, gators hang out in the center of the lake. And then like there was recently, I think I talked about this in the last live stream. Maybe I didn't. No, I don't think I have. No, because this recently happened. So my mom sent me this link, and I think it happened over the weekend in Alabama. This two women were riding kayaks in some lake, that people did not think there was alligators in there, and it ended up being like a 15-foot gator in there. Knocked the one woman out of her kayak. The other woman comes to rescue her, not knowing what's going on. And the gator knocks her out of the kayak. So here they're both swimming in the center of the lake with a 15-foot gator, and then somebody in shore called 911. And then the fire department's out there throwing ropes, trying to save their lives. And luckily nothing happened. But like, that would be pretty scary in the water swimming with a 15-foot gator. And this guy that fishes, he said they live on the ocean out here in Myrtle Beach. And he said when they go out fishing close to shore, they said they've seen gators out, big gators swimming around in the ocean. I mean, it's just like, oh man. He's like joking around saying it's like Jumanji when you're out in the ocean. And I'm like, yeah, this is like the stand-up is just like, I knew getting it. There's gators, and I've seen so much stuff this year that I'm just like, no thanks. I don't even know. I don't even try thinking about it. And then like today I'm riding and I see these big bubbles like in this one spot. It looked like somebody's scuba diving underneath. And I'm like, you obviously know it's a gator doing that. Oh gosh, it's just like crazy. Kelbass, what phone you have upgrading? So I got an iPhone X, whatever the newer iPhone X, because I lost my iPhone X, fell in the water. Oh my gosh, you just call me a gazillion times. Kelbass, how are the dogs? They're doing really good. Growing really big. I think Ragna's on the couch. And we got how can I get this without running them over? Okay. Well, there's a dog right. There's Pike right there. And then Cash is right here. They're both sleeping. Cash sleeps all the time. Mine said, what's up? What's going on, brother? Hey, we checked out your Mexican restaurant. Banging. I told you the place is pretty good. Let's not even talk about it. I like to get some food there soon. Soon. Matt said, what's up, Wolf? I was at Nielsen's today. Saw the new GP decals were straight. Laugh out loud. No, I don't own a restaurant. There's just some really good Mexican restaurant in Myrtle Beach. Yeah. There's a lot I've seen not straight. Mine said we got to eat outside. It was cool. No, they got really good chips there. They got really good salsa. Really good. Their salsa is really good. And if you didn't get the margarona, it's like the best I've ever had anywhere. I don't usually go out to eat, so I have to maybe treat myself sometime soon with probably get carry out or something there. I don't know. Or get sushi again. Sushi would be good. I'm just like cooking all the time. Mine said we didn't get a drink. We're on lunch at work, and I laugh out loud. I've definitely seen a few online with crooked decals. Yeah, from some of the photos I'm looking at, I just don't. I don't know. Just me. I've been seeing a lot of photos of people getting the new GPs, and I just like I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. Especially the blue one. Like the black and green looks kind of cool, but like I'm just not feeling the blue one at all. Probably the more of all the ones I'm seeing, it's just like I think the gauge cluster is cool, but I just not liking the front of it. That's just me. I just like mine a lot. That's the problem. I seen them. But the thing is, less than 8 months, they're already going to announce the 2022. So, I mean, literally, it's not even a year away. 8 months is going to fly like that. It'd be like, boom. Cal says, green looks great. I could afford it. Laugh out loud. I think that the 2022 is going to be really cool. I think everybody's going to get a 2021 and be like, oh, shoot. A lot of stuff will be improved. And then the colors, I think, will be better. I think they'll have more planning on what they're going to do. That's my opinion. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, I saw somebody post on social media, shared a link that they got like a Riva intercooler for their RXP-X, and they had all these issues like having all this water go in it, and then actually the guys claimed it did like $6,000 in damage to his engine and stuff like that. And somebody else said they got an intercooler for their GP and had all these issues. That's why I think mod-wise, I'm happy where the GP's at. I don't really want to dump. Like, I don't care about speed. Like, it's already fast, and like to make it faster, I really don't want to change the prop, and it all works. And I just don't want to be like, I have no problem repitching the prop, but if someone's not broken, why do you even start pulling all this stuff out? And that's I'm a little afraid with their intercooler is if they have issues. And you have to drill a hole for the water line in the back. You have to drill a decent, I think it's like a hole like this big in the back. I mean, if there's issues, I really just don't want to be messing around with stuff like that, especially where I'm not even planning owning my GP for like less than 8 months from now. I'm going to be selling it. So I'm really just, it's not even that much longer going to be having. 8 months is going to fly like that. It's going to fly like that. That's why I'm frustrated with this. Is like, the skis never had any issue except for this. What you need to have one of these bullet valves to save the supercharged clutch. But just because of some cheap clamp, you figure they'd put, if it happens a lot, you figure they'd spend the money. Cole says, I installed a fizzle intercooler on my SVHO and didn't drill any holes. Because I think it just like runs into the stock ones, and then it's not a designated line for the intercooler. Because I think it shares it with other ones. I have stainless steel T-bolt clamps that are coming from Fastenal on Wednesday. Should have done it a long time ago. When the first time it happened, I was like super pissed, and I made sure when I had putting it back on the water, and it kept popping off, and I was like, and I think too, what happened is, well, I don't think you could see this, but like, see right here on my finger and on this finger right there, see how it's like a different color? I burned my hand, both my hands, when I was trying to push it back on. I had my hands wet with the gloves on. And it's like super hot when you're out there in the water. And like I kept on fighting to get it back on. I got it, tightened it back on. It's really hard to slip it back on. And I got it back on while riding on the water. And I go a little distance, boom, it shoots up again. And like after doing it like 2 or 3 times, I'm just like, I'm going in. Then I got home. I really made sure it was on there good. Rode a couple times without an issue. And then boom, just normal. It's not even a heavy boost. It's just normal riding, and it just goes flying off. And I'm just like, this is just getting annoying. Well, like I said, they use the same clamps if you get this Sea-Doo intercooler piping. And this same clamp is used on the Sea-Doo one. And under heavy boost load, I snap one of these like straight in half, like just snapped it with that much flex from the boost with it. And that's a lot of times what people in the Sea-Doos upgrade the intercooler piping because they have so much flex in the pipe moving And yeah, no, this like flexed it so much that it shot one of these, like broke it straight in half. So I just think these things are just not. I think it's coming undone because it's really loose. It's aggravating. Yeah, I don't think it's worth like doing the intercooler. It's on mine. It's gonna be like appearance stuff and some gauges and stuff, and I'm gonna call it quits on the ski of doing stuff. Possibly do. Riva has a Generation 2 ride plate, but again, I like to see some like results before I spend the money on that because I'll have up on my website soon too. I'm selling. I never even installed it. Their Gen 2 intake rate with the pump seal. I'll be selling that too. It'll be on my I am Beowulf website soon, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Beowulf.com. Because I did have on there my uh, GoPro Hero 8 I was selling, but I sold it over the weekend, so it's gone. Sold it pretty quick. And it was funny because I met somebody at a Walmart to sell it, and they were like, they all looked scared. They thought the police were here when I come rolling up. They told me what car they were in. I didn't tell them what I was in. They kind of had that face like, I got the windows down. You see the bars in the windows. I'm like, who is this? Who am I buying a GoPro from? Cole says, if you're looking for a ride plate, I recommend sending it to Jim. He can machine it the way you want it, and it's cheaper than buying a Riva plate, but you have to deal with the shipping. Well, good thing is 2019 and up, GP 1800Rs already come with the Riva plate stock. And I'm happy how the ride plate. I'm happy how the thing rides. I don't think there's much to be fixed with it. I'm curious to just see what their design would be different, but um, that's why I had to kind of laugh when they come out with the whole handling package for the new Superjet, and they're like, it's race proven. I'm like, the thing's never even ran a race with it. It's like, how is it race proven? And it seems a little silly to me. The problem is like all those performance intake rates, that's for racing. It's not for like regular riding. You get something sucked up the intake rate and it could just wreck your prop, leave you dead in the water. That's why I always say like just leave that stuff stock. And if you have to do modifications for your ski to go faster with that, then I would just avoid doing modifications that have to bring you into that area. Ryan says, I got to run, take it easy, explore more. I definitely got offered a really good deal with a local dealer with the new GP 1800R, but I think I'm trying to pick up an Ultra 310R. Is what I'm thinking about doing. Get something different. Get something different. Calabas, the farthest you ever went on a jet ski, pretty far. Couple hour ride. I don't do stuff like that anymore. I don't ride that long. Less than 40 minutes. That's my max. Less than 40 minutes. That's probably why I keep the lowest hours. Actually, it's probably because I ride so fast, and if you go a certain speed there and back, you basically will do it under an hour. And that's probably why my skis hardly have any hours. Like cheat the system. Cheat the system. Kelp says it's kind of slow off season. Thought it would be going to be booming. Guess I was wrong for used jet skis. If you search on Facebook Marketplace, and the searches are better when you put in like off your computer, not on the app. You can do a farther radius search with searching on there, and you can definitely see more stuff when you're searching on there. What kind of used jet ski are you looking for? That's probably a good question. What are you in the market for looking for? He said Yamaha anything with a 1.8 NA like the VXR. There's probably a lot of stuff to search for with that. Sometimes you might have to drive a little distance though, you know? That's what I would say. Sometimes you get a good deal, you gotta drive the distance. Gotta drive the distance. What's the furthest you've driven? I don't know. Too far. Too far. You drive really far, then that's how you put all those hours on a jet ski. Like I said, if you got supercharged jet ski, don't be going on any safaris. It costs too much money in fuel. The fuel on the marinas are just like totally outrageous. And I actually think too, like some of the marina fuel is probably not the best fuel because you don't know what kind of condition their tanks are in. Most of the time, they don't sell premium either. And if you have supercharged uh, ski, I wouldn't be messing around with that. And excuse me, I just don't believe in carrying all those fuel jugs in the back. I think it's like a huge fire hazard. It's like having a bunch of fuel jugs in the back of your car and then drive around and somebody rear ends you. Big bada boom. Big bada boom. Big bada boom will happen. But it's crazy. It's getting kind of a little cold outside. It was like it's like I think right now it's at 63 degrees. That's why I'm doing the live stream inside. It's a little bit too cold for me to be hanging out outside in the garage, which I like them in here. I'm actually really liking them in here. It's just it makes like dogs are all comfortable. They're not hearing me, you know, like are they just like I don't know. It just seems like a really good setup with doing them here. Closest, I just fill up cans at Land gas station and it works perfectly. Yeah, I've always used regular pump gas. I just think it's paying extra for like ethanol free. I just don't think it's like worth it. There, and then plus too, when you go to the gas stations, you don't even know if it's really it. Actually, when you go to the gas station, you don't even know what grade of fuel you're buying. You're really even getting it, to be honest. Like, how do you know what it is? I think there has been always known a certain gas stations shipping stuff out, people out, what you're paying for. I got like race jugs. You can't bring them with you on the jet ski, but I got a fair amount of fuel jugs because I got a generator and stuff. In case like a hurricane, power runs out. But I got this one generator. It's on my Amazon store, and it's electric generator. So technically, if a storm happened, you could run it inside your house, and then you can recharge it like a specialty plug outlet or regular plug outlet to charge it back up, or it comes with solar panels. So it's like, actually, I have to really pick one of those up for like hurricanes and stuff, because definitely if that's the way to go. Because then plus you can run in your house. Because like I know what I want to do, and I keep on saying I'm going to do this, but like hurricane season is almost over. So, but how crazy hurricane season is this year? Definitely over the winter, I should work on it. So what I want to do is like have these plug outlets. There'll be for like a generator outside, and you have certain circuits in your house. Like right above me, I have the light has a fan, so like a circuit would run that fan. So if like the power went out where you have no no air conditioning, it's better to have like fans where you don't have any cords. Because then the problem is if you have a generator outside, you have to run these extension cords. And being down south, we have bugs and all that, so you always want to keep the door shut. But if you had cords where they're coming through, then there's a chance you could get bugs in your house, and that's not cool. So that's what I like to figure out, is doing stuff like that, where there's like you figure out certain circuits, and I don't know. That's something I like to figure out. Find a good deal on electrician too, because it sounds kind of complicated. It sounds pricey. So it's that, and figure out a way to board up your windows in case it's a category 4 and you have to leave. And so what I was thinking about doing is they have like like some people do like the tin roofs where they're like the tin panels. I think it would be tin, steel, whatever. It's the same. But I've seen somebody do where there's that, but in clear plastic. So they're the sheets and they pre-cut them, and then they just drill the holes over their windows. So like it's up there and it's better than nothing. So something hit slightly tapped it would bounce off. So I think that's something, again, the work I like to do, that I can do myself. That's something to think about over the winter. Yeah, the ski is made to run on premium. You have to run premium. And I think in the boat ramp or all these marinas, they don't sell premium fuel. And I remember like I would go, I put like octane adders in, and at the end it was like, I'd rather pick a vicinity like this is where I'm riding. This is what's going on. And the Yamaha gets so good at gas mileage. Even the Kawasaki, like every time I go, I fill it up, and I put it in like 1.6 gallons, and it actually burns some fuel because I think it's what, a 4-gallon tank, 4 or 5-gallon tank. It's like hardly anything, but like literally you go up for like 35, 40 minutes, burn a couple gallons of fuel, and it's super cheap to fill up because I've always ran premium on it, and now it's tuned to be on premium fuel. But literally just go there, pump it up, and then because you have no fuel gauge, you have a light when it's low, and yeah, like the cheapest ski to go take it out, it's like a couple bucks, man, to fill it up to do a ride. It's like I wish that the sit down jet skis are like you just pay a couple bucks, but like, hey, got a full tank, ready to go. It's kind of funny. It's really nice. Every time filling up, like, oh, this is gonna be a cheap bill. This is gonna be super cheap. Nothing to worry about. That's what's actually a little crazy. The Jeep SRT I thought got good gas mileage, and the Crown Vics get a lot better gas mileage. I would do a couple trips just jet skiing, and the thing would just burn so much fuel when you're pulling. And then the Crown Vics get like really good gas mileage, and then they run on regular too. I mean, heck yeah, I'll take that all day long. Can run. They're both allowed to run on mixture E85, but where I live, there's no E85, so it's not even. You couldn't even do it if you wanted to. I've checked all these apps, and there's no gas stations in my area that sell E85. Places say they do, but when they show prices, they don't show it, so I don't believe it. I'm not gonna go riding around trying to find it. But I think other parts of the United States, it's like all over. Here, it's like E85 is like super rare. Probably because it's so. Well, I think one gas station said they did have it, and then it was like actually more money than premium. So like, why would you even want to run it? Usually E85 is pretty cheap, and it's great. Maybe they don't have it out here is because it feels so cheap. I think it's like regular is like $1.60. That's pretty cheap. I think it's that. Let me double check. I don't want to be quoting stuff unless we're talking. Let's fact check it. Let's see. Gas Buddy. That's the app I got. Gas Buddy. Let's double check this to make sure I'm right. Find gas. So it's funny when people call it gas. I call it fuel because you're not putting like a gas. You're putting a fuel in there. And then if you were in Europe, they call it petrol. I like it being called petrol. Like I'm putting some petrol in my vehicle. Let's see. Regular gas. All right, let's look at this. The lowest is $1.63. So yeah, $1.60. And then let's check premium because that's a good thing. So the cheapest premium around the area is $2.19. That's not that bad. It's crazy. When I went to the Midwest, like fuel is like double that, like super expensive. Like, heck no. It's like I remember all the filling up I was doing. It was like in Wisconsin because it was like Illinois was like ridiculous how much they were charging for all that stuff. I think it snowed there today too. My mom told me when she woke up. It was snowing there, and I joked around with them when I left, when I was there in September, and I joked around, I said, less than a month is going to be snowing here. And my parents are, because they're just, the last couple of weeks, my parents have been telling me how warm it's been, and they had a snow dusting today. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. I'm outside in shorts and a tank top, so no shoes, the sandals. Like, once it gets cold here, I don't know how I'm going to survive, because I'm like, that's what I love when it's hot out. You just put on like all I need, shorts, tank top, sandals. I've been so used to, I hardly ever wear shoes anymore. Like I'm just wearing sandals all the time. Like I have these Oakley sandals that I wore them till the straps broke. Caleb's leaving. Gotta run. See you Wednesday. See you later, brother. Yep, the next live stream is Wednesday. Daryl's to fill up a ski in Canada. What premium will cost you $90, give or take? Is that Canadian dollars or US dollars? Because they got the currency exchange. Actually, let's get all technical too. Let's see. I got a currency. I have an app, so. He said 90. Let's just say it's 90. So he says if it's $90 currency, so 90. Here, everybody see this? So he's telling $90, so it'd be $68 and 21 cents. 60. Seriously? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, man. That's like there is no way I'd be spending $68. How much is it per gallon? Well, no, you couldn't say gallons because I bet you it's a different system than gallons. That's expensive, man. Definitely don't ride far than at all, man. Ride close. Definitely, if you're paying those gas prices, man, be riding a Yamaha because, man, they get the best gas mileage. That is crazy. That's just too much money, man. $68. It cost me the filter crown bit cost me like $30. And I'm like, oh, this is a nice build because it was expensive. It was a huge tank in the Jeep SRT, and yeah, man, when you're paying like less than $30 to fill her up, I'm like, I'll take that all day long. $40 to $50. Cole said it takes me $40 to $50 to fill up. Man, I don't even spend close to that. Well, probably because I always refill up. I fill up every time going out, basically, almost every other time. And I tell you, I don't even probably spend like $20 to fill up the GP. Probably even less than that. Gas prices are cheap here. That's the one thing I like about South Carolina. Cheap gas prices. Daryl says all the ponds are frozen over already. Oh my God, man. We still got warm weather. If you've seen my Instagram stories, I caught a lizard outside my house. I think they're called anoles. I don't know. It changes colors. And I bought a little cage or a little thing, and I have as a pet now. And it's real friendly. It likes to be handled. They're real fast lizards. And luckily my dogs didn't eat him. He was right outside, and I come get the dogs, and I see his litter just sitting there. Like, I think it was kind of cool that morning, so it just wasn't moving. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it's good it didn't move because one of my dogs just ate it. Like, whoop, like Willie will eat mop. Like anything that's moving, Willie will eat little. And yeah, I saved it, and I kept it as a pet. I'm feeding it, and got a little cage, and it's fun. Real easy pet, man. Just give him some water, a couple of mealworms every other day, some water, some mealworms, and he's ready to go. He or she. Gas costs cheap here, man. No complaints. Like I said, you go a couple gallons. Putting 2 gallons in the SXR premium cost me like $7, $8. Not even that. And I just stop at whatever gas station on my way. I don't even go hunting around. Pull the throttle and think about it later. Sean is the water cold up there? Yeah, it's pretty warm. I was out there today and 70 degrees, and I actually got wet, and it wasn't too bad. Was no complaints from me on riding. It was fun. I think I'm gonna take the stand up out tomorrow because I can't take out the Yamaha because I don't have the clamp yet. Fasten all those clothes over the weekend, and I was gonna order something online, but I was like, I'd rather just go to them. If it doesn't work out, let's probably return it. And I was gonna install the other canine cage over the weekend and just didn't get to it. I think I'm gonna do it this weekend. Oh no, I can't do it this weekend. This weekend's Halloween. Man, Sunday I'll do it. I can't do it on Saturday because it's Halloween. I got a pretty funny Halloween costume too. I'm mainly be actually dressing up. I got a gas mask with a P3 filter. That's like for virus style filter, and I got the whole hazmat suit. I'm probably just gonna wear that to be. It's probably for the best safety too. Is like, you know, you have trick or treaters. You don't want to get sick. It's I have it like I'm all gonna be set up. People be like, "What is going on here?" Out of the thing, I'll be like, like Darth Vader. Like, is he really dressing up? I'm like, no, this is not prepared. I'm prepared. I've heard people having problems with the fizzle intercoolers. So that's why I would not buy one. Close to fizzles kits have a special clamps to the tile. Blow valve can connect directly to the intercooler. That's what I have. I think the Riva one's the same thing. I just think all those. I don't know if it makes a difference with it. Unless you're making big power. I mean, to myself, I think the intercooler probably working totally fine on my ski. See, that's what I'm concerned. I'm concerned. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is when you see here's his intercooler, and this is on Alibaba.com, and it's selling for $15. It's hard to believe that, but I mean that's what somebody has it listed for. I mean, I don't think he's obviously not making them himself. I don't know. When I see some of these stuff, it's like I showed this in another live stream before, and it's like looks identical as the intercooler or the intake on the GP Riva. Look at it, all the images, and it says $15. But there's a minimum you have to buy. I don't know, man. When I see that, it says minimum order 20 pieces. So let's say you order. Let me find that intercooler again. So it's selling for $15, 20 pieces. I'm not good at math, so I'll use the calculator. 15 times 20, $300. So like, what it costs? Not even close to buying it regular. You could buy 20 of them for $300. I don't know. Is that legit? I know, like, if you were wanting, like, if you had a design and you want somebody to manufacture for you, you'd probably go on Alibaba.com and because I tell you, this stuff looks. There's all these different people that are claiming selling intercoolers. Looks just like the thing he's selling, huh? I don't know, I find this like kind of interesting. There's more than one person. Because I remember, like, when I was a main distributor stuff, I had all the time, like, countries like this were asking to ship exhaust and all that stuff because obviously they wanted to duplicate stuff. Because you look at this, I mean, it looks identical as something that what's being sold. I don't know. I don't know. Just looks. Let's see. Fizzle. What is? I just you get. It's crazy some of the stuff that's on here when you're searching. You imagine $300 is not a lot of money to buy something to see if it like. Tell me if this does not look exactly like the one it sold for the Sea-Doos. Focus. Look at that. His intercooler piping, the whole thing right there, right? Minimum order 50 pieces for $250. I don't know. You can't buy one, you have to buy like 20 of them. This one you have to buy 50 pieces. I'm all right. I don't even need one, so I mean I find it kind of curious. It's just crazy of like what is on here that looks like this looks identical to the intercooler piping that Riva's selling for a Sea-Doos. Look at that. And I just find this like really interesting. Like I installed this. It looks exactly what is being sold. So many people selling. Yeah, I find the tunes like better than some of the Riva has than other people. I have to say that's the one thing than some other people because the problem is when you like you're plugging Dean's, which I'm not going to hate on it, but when you go on their website, it has no breakdowns by what you're paying for, what you're getting. It just shows like it's like you have to contact to talk to somebody. Then like the Riva stuff with a Maptuner X is you buy the license and they have a whole list of tunes and you load them all in there exactly that you want and You don't have to deal with anybody with doing it. And that's just my opinion of what I like. Than having something where like you have to send your ECU. Who cares about numbers? Let's talk about what's a convenience. That's just my opinion. I mean, for example, the SXR, I went with them. There was a whole list of tunes that they had for different things with the SXR. Then there's some other people, it's just like one tune. Well, how does somebody have a whole list of stuff and one person just one thing? And then you don't even know what's being done. And then when you like something has to do an update, you rather put this thing back to stock before you do the update. I remember the same thing. For example, when I was doing big things with the C6 Z06, there are all these people out there tuning. But I liked the Diablo Sport Predator at the time because that you could do stuff yourself. If you took the catalytic converters out, they had it where you disable the oxygen sensor. So basically, when it threw a code that you did that, cheat the system up. And they had a lot of pre-done tunes that were, to me, were pretty reliable. Then, like when we had the Subaru STI, we did up here. You do all this custom tuning. It was a nightmare. And then when it came to where you had mods and you just did like, this is the tune already somebody came up with, you load it in and boom, nothing to worry about. Let somebody else use the ski as a guinea pig. I think he did a spell check. It goes, Brandon says, I love my through mall exhaust. Sounds nice. I think he meant through hall, not mall. Darth Maul. Darth Maul. I was playing, man. I'm giving you a hard time. Cole, I looked up everything on Dean's team. It's the same modifications you need to require as Riva. It's the same thing, except for Riva has a convenience. I looked it all up, man. I heard all you plugging it, and then you go on there, and it's like all the same mods is already what Riva has is what you're doing, and then you have to pay the money to get it shipped to the people, and you don't have a thing to check anything. I don't think it's in the box. I think it's in my room. But you don't have it like you have this. Says you want to tune another person's ski, you can't do it. You have to send it to somebody. You don't have all the cables. It's all right here, man. You just do it yourself. And then you want to do one on a Sea-Doo. You got the cables right here. Don't send in to nobody. Yeah, I wouldn't put a hole in the ski at all. I wouldn't put some like bilge pumps in, and I had this bilge pump that I want to install in the stand up. I had the bracket, but I had to drill a hole in the ski, and I'm just like, I got everything to do it, except for I just don't want to do it. I'm like, oh man, there's no turning back. You put a hole in it, it's not like, oh, let's get it, some Flex Seal and put it on. We'll say it didn't happen. It is like you drill that hole. Like in one of the Crown Vics, I installed this flush mount backup camera in the bumper, right? And I'm like, and I'm one of those people, like, I kind of had it lined up by eyesight. I'm like, this is where it is. I'm drilling it in. It's going in. Like, it was great, but I was just like, I was worried about that. I'm like, shoot, man, what if this camera doesn't fit in here? I gotta have a hole. I got a backup sensor. Turned out working out really nice, but it's one of those things where you're like, oh man, really? The heading unit I have, you can hook up 2 cameras. So like, I don't even know where I want to put the second camera at. But you can't see out the rear view mirror with the canine cage. So like, what I like to find is what do you call it? Like a backup or a rear view mirror where it's like a backup camera so you can see everything. I guarantee there has to be something on Amazon. looking at ones right now. I'm like, hey, this looks kind of cool. I think if you're like concerned about your warranty, like to me, my opinion, if you had a GP, all you had to do is like the tune, right? Even their stage 1 is like more than enough to have, right? Well, if that's the only mod and you're worried about your warranty, well, then you can just keep the stock tune and flash it back. I mean, the convenience there is like no questions asked. I think all this stuff, I just think that when you look at some of these mods and like, I don't know, hear different stories where more people do more mods and have more running issues. I just think it's like, again, it's like a jet ski. It's not a car. You know, they go up 90 miles per hour. I mean, I could go 100 miles per hour in a minivan. I mean, that's just my opinion. That, you know, like if you hit someone doing 90, I mean, you can get really hurt. So, I mean, to me, my goal as a ski is having fun, making left or right turns, whipping around. I think that fun because just going straight. I mean, it gets kind of boring after a while, I guess. But like, it's like if you were had a car and you're drag racing it, right? And because I've done over like 200 miles per hour in a car before, which is really fast, but it's freaking scary fast. Like, if something happened, like I remember there was one race I was at, and I think it was Mid Ohio, and they kept on having like a groundhog or a badger or whatever it was. It was some animal, and I remember like corner my eye across the track, I could see this thing coming, so I knew coming around the next lap, this thing could pop out right in front of me. And whatever this mammal was, like, came out of nowhere, and I'm just like, this is the mammal. I'm like, whoop, whoop. And I like, it could have been a bad crash, right? And you gotta think the same thing when you're out like in the water, like, you know, especially here, you know, like they have dolphins in freshwater. I mean, that would like suck to be going like super fast and you crash into something like that, or like a log, or I don't know what, or something gets caught in the prop and then just like it breaks and throw you forward. That's what happened. Like if I didn't have the grippy seat when the prop exploded on it, like it would have thrown me straight off the machine, which has happened to other people where they got hurt. I think one guy broke his teeth out or something and told me when his prop got caught going super fast. It's just stuff to think about. I don't want to sound like some like dad telling you what to do, but it's the reality, man. I don't want to get hurt myself. But I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just like I would drag race the Hellcat when I had it, and I think it ran. I don't remember what it ran. It was pretty quick, but like you could spend more money, and then like the day you go to the track, if the temperatures aren't right, I mean, you never know what you're going to get yourself into. I think the most important thing is not how fast the car goes; it's the getting off the launch, that it actually moves to get up to speed and it's stable, and you don't kill yourself on it. Because I remember there was like this one time, I think the thumbnail and the video is up on the channel under the playlist, and I think GTR. I remember going there, and some guy had this GTR all done up, like everything, right? Crashes it, totals it. And the guy had just so much bloody money that he's just like, I don't even care. I'll just buy another one. And it's like, dude, if you got that kind of money, you don't even care about yourself or anybody else. And I was like, I got to remember how irritated it was because it took hours for them to clean up the track. So I'm just sitting there hours, dry there, pay to go race. And it took hours. And here this guy didn't even care that he wrecked the car. I mean, man, it's just like, that's messed up. That's really messed up. Cole said a ribbon delete is only $40, gives you 1 mile, 2 mile, and it should definitely be the one of the first miles. I did that. If you have the ones with the aluminum intake manifold, it just pulls right out. But the ones that are plastic, you have to drill it out. I would never, ever, ever, ever do that mod again. That was a big pain in the butt, and it's like you're drilling in there. Yeah. You pull out the ribbon delete on the SXR, it just pulls right out. No way. If I get another GP, no hello, you just like barging the door right open. I would never do that again. That's my opinion. And that's me. I would never, ever, ever do that again. Especially too, if you're pulling on the intake manifold, that's the time when you drill the tap in for the blow valve. But like, yeah, no. Oh my gosh. I remember doing that and I was just like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? But the crazy thing, intake mana or the intake rate, the GP stock intake rate is faster than the Generation 1 Riva. And I remember putting in there and it actually made the ski slower, where you have more water and then you're putting more debris in there. I was like, I put that in. I was like, we're taking this thing right out. I got a couple times someone got caught in there. I'm like, I tried returning to get it back, like my money back. And they're like, oh, we can get you another one. I was like, whatever. And then I never even put it in. I'm like, I want my money back completely. I don't need this. Where is Ragnar? Ragnar? Ragnar! Ragnar! She was here? Yeah, she was good. No, she's not in here. I don't feel that Calder was hard to do. It just was no need for drilling into that. Well, I was calling your name. Where'd you go? You didn't come running in. You're like, oh, he's calling me. I personally wouldn't recommend if somebody didn't know what they're doing. Like that is the last thing. You would have to know what you're doing to pull the intake manifold off, because they don't really show you in the instructions how to do it. I just don't think drilling into that really, I don't know. I don't really think it made that big of a difference. Oh gosh. You're getting so big. What are we gonna do when you're so big? Like people big. Hi. Look at right there. Look at. Turn your head. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who is that? The hard thing is when you get some of these mods, like anybody, like if you had a car and you bought certain performance mods, usually the hard thing is like if you go to a shop that's never done that, they'll find that actually hard at like a dealership. Because a dealership, they're just used to looking like at a sheet, like what it costs to do, how it does it. They're not used to like thinking out of the box. Because sometimes you got to figure, like improvise how you're going to be installing something. That's why I never, those ankle mats, that's why I never made a video. I was going to make a whole video. And I'm like, this, if I make a video and somebody screws up on it, they're going to blame me. Like here they got like their paint is sanded down. Like it is like, to me, it was easy. But when I was doing it, I'm like, I don't think I should show somebody how to do this because it can be really, really bad. Like somebody could like really wreck up their ski. It could cost them a lot of money, like repainting it. Because it's not even like how hard the paint would be to touch up on there of like how you're sanding and the mats there. Yeah, definitely. I was like, when I was installing it, I was like, as cool as, and there was so many people ask me, how did you do that? I'm like, I'm not gonna show you how to do this because it's not worth showing. I showed her to do it on the stand-up. If you can see that, you got an idea. Campbell asks, how is your bull terrier puppet? He's doing really good. He can't be loose when I'm doing the live stream because he's not fixed. And I have a female dog that's not fixed. And the whole time, those two just like clash. Whereas, like, if you've seen fighting with these guys, it is crazy. Like, I couldn't be, no, it'd be like, I could not focus on the live stream. But he's doing really good. Wheelie is good. There's a recent video, well, past video that I re uploaded of him's first time at the beach. Willie's a handmaid. He's a camera guy. He's like, oh, my time to shine. Brandon said, I think you stuck with me when you said the mechanics at dealers probably have little or to no training, probably true, scary. No, it's crazy. So the crazy thing, so the Jeep SRT that I had, right? So it had the transmission. This is crazy. So what, like, here, let me tell a couple stories. So I sold it. And for whatever reason, I thought I had a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So I was like a little like hesitant. I'm like, oh, I still got a warranty. And I saw the window sticker because the dealer posted it. And the warranty was, I had no warranty of any kind. And I'm like, what am I doing with this Jeep? I'm so glad I sold it. So anyways, right before I took the last road trip up to the Midwest, right before my trip, the transmission, I was under, well, that's again. So I had them install AFE replace my exhaust. So I had the dealer install it and they were under it. I'm like, dude, seriously, I need to get this thing fixed. Because the problem with the transmission, there's no dipstick. So you have no clue like how long it's been doing this, how much fluid could have been leaked out of it. I really want to get it knocked out real quick. Well, there was only one person at the dealership that was trained to fix that. That's why I'm kidding at with the dealership. One person. They have a whole bunch of mechanics and only one person knows how to do it. One. That's the problem what I don't like about new modern vehicles is because like the thing at the Crown Vic, I don't do a lot of stuff myself, right? But if it's something big and serious, that car could go to anybody to work on it. It's not rocket scientists. The Jeep SRT, like who? There's like the dealer and maybe a couple other people that could do stuff, but like otherwise you're really stuck on like going to them only. But it's like I remember when I first, but this was like the crazy thing too, which I remember that was like one of the biggest mistakes I regretted modifying on it. So I bought before I moved down to Myrtle Beach with the Jeep SRT, I ordered the Stage 3B Woody handling package, right? So it was Mopar lowering springs. I think it was like lower control arms and like a bunch of pieces were being changed. Well, I tried to get it installed before I moved down here. No dealer would touch it. But if they want to touch it, they were going to charge like crazy money, like insane amount of money. I'm like, this is crazy. And that was again the problem of like having a Jeep and you want to lower. And these are, I was like, told the dealerships, I'm like, these are Mopar springs. This is what like Mopar sells. Like, how could you not install these? And then when I got moved down here, stop looking your paws, bud. And then when I moved down here, I found a dealer that could do it, and they were so cheap. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they actually charged me lesser money once they realized how easy it was to do. But still, it was like one of those mods like I regretted doing. I should have never have done it because you lost about this much ground clearance in the back. And I remember the time when I fled when it was after Hurricane Florence, it was a chance my neighborhood going underwater. I had to pack up almost all my stuff that was valuable because I thought my house was going to go underwater. And I had that thing so low and it lost all the ground clearance with doing it. I mean, it was just like, I'll never do that again to a vehicle. That's just my opinion. I think anything, think it out Don't just buy it because it's out there for sale. Read the instructions. As I look at like all those stuff, I've looked at the WORX Racing intercooler. I've looked at the Riva intercooler, and both those, they're separate places. You have to drill holes through them, and I'm just not into drilling holes in jet skis. Ragnar, you're back in here. She wasn't. Oh, there she is. She's my feet. Good girl. Good dog. Good dog. Yeah, she's good. Cash. Cash is leaving. Bye, Cash. He's gonna change his mind. Look at him. He's oh, you can't see him. He's looking back. He's like, oh, am I coming back? Oh, I got an itch. Let's see if he's debating. Look at this. He'll sit there and debate. Is he gonna come back in the room? He's like, man, which way am I going? Where's he going? Cash, you coming back in here? Look, he'll sit there and he's thinking real hard. He's like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm coming back. Brandon said, bro, the hole drilling is all that is stopping me on the intercooler. Laugh out loud. No, the Riva intercooler, you have to drill in the jet pump area. You have to drill. I think it's on the right side, decent sized hole fitting or whatever. And then on the WORX one, you have to do it. And if there was like no drilling, 100% would do it. But then it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like when I did the free flow exhaust, right? I had to drill stuff to make sure it got in there how I wanted it to fit, not how they wanted to. And it's just not a lot of room to get in some of those areas. I mean, it's just, I barely fit my shoulders. I can't fit climbing into there. So, like, that's another thing. I think my brother has narrower shoulders, and then I got myself in there. I don't know. I just don't like to get myself into something where I'm like when I'm getting at with, like, when I lower the Jeep, like, where I'm going, like, hey. And then the problem, too, is if you sell the ski, and then you got to think of, like, you're responsible for that because you put the hole in there, or if like you had an insurance claim and your insurance comes there, and you surely know that sometimes you have I don't want to say assessor, insurance assessor. Man, I'm saying that wrong. But like sometimes there'll be somebody sent by the insurance company there, and then all you have to take a dealer go, yeah, well, like he drilled this like giant hole for this exhaust in the back, and then they'll be like, what? And they didn't cause it, but just that's sprung up, and they'll be like, oh, he drilled a hole? Well, yeah, and then they'll just drop you. I mean, that's just what happens with all insurance. You file too many claims on something, then they just drop you and you're done. And that's just stuff to think about. If you don't care, money's not a problem, then do whatever you want. But I think there's a majority of people watching that like they're a little worried about stuff like that. Oh man, we're at 2 hours now. I'm just trying to get off. I had a snack before doing this. That's why I'm not hungry. So I'm probably going longer than normal. It's 10:30. I haven't had dinner yet. It's a ton to eat. Well, thanks for tuning in. And the next giveaway basically starts with it. And Daryl D won the Jet Tribe Life Fest. And it's totally free to enter all the time. 3 monthly giveaways. Be subscribed to I'm Beowulf, Beowulf Nation. Like the videos. Follow me on Instagram. I'm_Beowulf. If you're not on Insta, I'm Beowulf Facebook page. Driven to win. Remember, every day is Earth Day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Beowulf Nation.